air conditioner wasn't cooling the house, the actual control they were using alerted the homeowner that there was a system malfunction and that they needed to call a service company, and he called us. The original installation was poor. We're constantly out doing repairs. These units are going to fail. All of them are going to lose their compressor. We're limping it along. He says he wants to replace the equipment one system at a time when they completely fail. I can access the brain of the control, which can tell me the operating characteristics of this type of system, and it indicated that the condensing unit outside had a fault and was shut off on a high pressure safety control. No, it's a set of keys that you need to push that will allow the contractor or service technician access to the information. We can go in, look at the actual run times of the unit. We can look at a history of error codes from the time the unit was installed to present day. It'll basically keep a running total of anything that's occurred within the system, both at the furnace and at the air conditioner. It enabled me to quickly identify that the problem was outside at the air conditioner, either a bad fan motor or a dirty coil or some other component causing the system to run hot outside and shut off. I went outside to the condensing unit and immediately found what is called a liquid line solenoid that controls the refrigerant to the indoor unit. The wiring had been chewed by rodents, and so that relay wasn't opening and causing the refrigerant to back up like a dam and shut down the unit. It's a built-in safety in the unit. If the pressure is too high, it'll shut it off and keep you from destroying a compressor. Or basically a $100 part saves a $3,000 condenser. In this area, yes, they have a high problem with rodents. I temporarily got it wired up because he needed cooling, and what we're going to do, because he wants me back next week to do maintenance, is we set up on the calendar for me to come up, and that brown wire you see, that's the low voltage 24 volt wire coming off the top of the solenoid, the brown thin wire going to it. I'll come back and put that wire in the gray piping above it in conduit to protect it from future damage. In fact, we're going to do that to all of his units because all of them are wired similarly with the wire exposed, and it's going to happen again if we don't. The solenoid is an uncommon component on residential air conditioning, but because of the way this system is designed, it was a necessary add-on. But if we would have installed it, we would have put all of that in conduit as a precaution towards rodents, especially in that area. Rodents have a thing for copper wires. They chew them all the time. The solenoid valve is basically a door that is electronically open to allow the passing of the refrigerant. So when the air conditioner calls for cooling, the solenoid valve gets 24 volts and is energized, which opens up the door and allows the refrigerant to pass to the indoor unit or the coil inside the home. That's the liquid line for the refrigerant. So the refrigerant goes through that copper line to the inside of the house.